All right, welcome fellow Ambazonians. Welcome to you all to this special edition of our broadcast for today. Welcome everybody. Welcome, great people of Ambazonia. Welcome to you all. Welcome to you all. Welcome, the great people of Ambazonia. Welcome. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to you all. This is a special broadcast for all of us for today. Welcome, great people.
Baby, matando.
Good morning for all una, our fellow Ambazonians for North America, for Ambazonians for the territory. Good afternoon for una papa and mami them, brothers and sisters them, for Ambazonia picking them. I salute all una for their brave defense forces, where they do the great work for make sure say the Ambazonian people they be a free people, for end Cameroon genocide on Ambazonia, for end Cameroon occupation on the Ambazonian people. We throw una salute. I be una brother Asu, when are the press secretary for the executive office for Ambazonia Governing Council. Today na Monday, happy country Sunday for all una. I salute all man. I throw una salute. We go to talk today, mostly for pidgin. And this one, it come now for a time way today na country Sunday. So happy country Sunday for all our people them across the territory. For all our people, them for our Muslim brothers and sisters, we tell them say happy Eid. At the end of the Ramadan season, this and the Muslim people, they don't finish the 30 days for the long period where they fast for make themselves for be more in alignment with the spirit of Allah. All right. So for our Muslim brothers and sisters, we salute una and we tell una happy Eid. Make we start our broadcast for today. Not be every person where they call the name Lord, oh God, it go enter the kingdom of heaven. Not be everybody where they cry say, they call on the name God, it go enter the kingdom of heaven. If that person not do the work and not live life according to the ways of God. Not be every person where they call himself an Ambazonian. Not be every person where they call himself an Ambazonian, himself or herself an Ambazonian. It get the heart of Ambazonia. It feel the pain of the Ambazonian people them. And it is speak the truth where go free Ambazonia. And it is stand up for the justice for the Ambazonian people them. And it is stand up for speak the truth of which it lead what people them for become an occupied people them. And therefore they advocate for justice, for freedom, for human dignity, for the protection of the lives of our people them. Not be not every person will call himself or herself an Ambazonian. And so it don't come to a time where when the Ambazonian people them, they take up the actions, we go lead to the freedom, to the independence, for end Cameroon occupation and their genocide and the atrocities on the Ambazonian people them. When the Ambazonian forces, they take actions for capture, for arrest, enablers, especially if that enabler, especially if that collaborationist, if it relate with you, if it relate, if now a friend of your own friend, if now part of your family members, if you did benefit from it, the story will change. It no go be now say they don't arrest an enabler. It no go be now say they don't arrest and capture a person who now they sponsor the genocide, now they promote the genocide, now they run the genocide. The story will change. So over the last 48 hours, the Ambazonia Defense Forces Bamenda Brigade, they don't capture a top official of the Cameroon brutal colonial system. They capture the colonial senator, Madame Regina Mundi. Why this one matter for now? The capturing or the arrest of Madame Regina Mundi now a turning point for the Ambazonia liberation. The capturing or the arrest of Madame Regina Mundi, the colonial senator, now a pivotal point for the Ambazonia resistance, for the Ambazonia liberation. Now a critical point, now a significant point for a war of independence. And I go tell you now why it matter. Why not such a big thing? Why not a turning point? Why not a critical point? First, before we go there, make a give you some background about Madame Regina Mundi so that we really know who this woman be. Madame Regina Mundi, now a Cameroon colonial senator with no Ambazonia, no electee. When I hear me fine, Madame Regina Mundi, now a Cameroon colonial senator with no Ambazonia, no electee make it represent them. Madame Regina Mundi, now an appointee of the colonial president. Now the colonial president of La République du Cameroon for April 12 for 2018. Now with the colonial president, he appoint Madame Regina Mundi for become a senator. And that appointment, it will be done by decree number 2018/242 of April 12 for 2018. Madame Regina Mundi, it will be appointed with other people them, where they include from Ganyonga III, from Chafa Isaac, Jaji, Manu, Gidado, and also Atanga Charles Musi, and also Aga Martin come as an alternative. Madame Regina Mundi, it be na part of the Cameroon, of the part of the CPDM political bureau, and it be also been a part of the bureau for the CPDM and the WCPDM Central Committee. Madame Regina Mundi, it don't be a part of the colonial system since the 1970s. Madame Regina Mundi, it don't be a top official of the colonial state since the 1970s. Madame Regina Mundi be also now the vice chairperson for the follow-up committee for the execution of the national investment budget. So if you understand, now the people know that why this one matter, why it really matter for the Ambazonian people then, why it be so important, why this arrest be so important, and why this arrest now a turning point for a war of liberation. Make we understand something. For end Cameroon occupation, the leadership will lay out a clear strategy, and one of the section for that strategy, or a component of that strategy, now the component for the delegitimization of Cameroon. Our strategy not been only about for fight and kill Cameroon colonial army gendarme bees, but part of the strategy for end Cameroon occupation, a component of our strategy, now a component of the delegitimization of Cameroon. Make we note, since our people they rise up, our Ambazonian people they never ever participate for any election, for elect any person for go represent them for the colonial parliament. So any person where it go, it take him upon herself through for goes day and go talks about a colonial parliament, a parliamentarian, be a colonial senator. Ma tell you what they do. A colonial senator, a colonial parliamentarian, a colonial regional delegate, a colonial minister, a colonial mayor. All of these people, now the people then that way they certify the fraud of the occupation. A colonial senator, a colonial parliamentarian, a colonial mayor, a colonial delegate, any colonial official, a colonial DO, a colonial SDO, a colonial governor, all those people them, now them they certified the political fraud of the occupation. Now these people, they certify the fraud. So these people them, now then they be the actual architect of the occupation. Now them be the people them. Now then they be the people them where they actually deceive the world through this 419, through this fraud, through this manipulation. Now then they go take their hand, they sign for the book them. They say Ambazonia na part of Cameroon. And therefore Ambazonia na part of the political setup of the colonial state. So now these people them, they certified the fraud of the fraudulent union. Now then they give a stamp of approval for Ambazonia occupation by Cameroon. Now then they approve Cameroon occupation of Ambazonia. Now these people them. So the suffering of the Ambazonian people them. Now these people them, they design the book. Say make our people they be slaves under Cameroon. Now these people them, they go give Paul Biya the power for make Ambazonia they remain slaves. Now these people them, all the suffer for our people them. Now these people they the cause. without the participation of these impostors, these certified thieves, Ambazonia not for the under occupation. So, now them, they be responsible for this genocide what people that they go through right now. Now they actually manage the occupation on behalf of Cameroon. The colonial senators, the colonial parliamentarians, the colonial regional delegates, the colonial SDO, the colonial DO, now them they be the managers of the occupation on behalf of Cameroon. Paul Biani they manage the occupation. Now people them like Madame Regina Mundi. Now people them like the colon John Dion Gute. Now people them like the Atanga Njipor. Now people them like Senator Tabetando. Now the people that they manage the occupation on behalf of Cameroon. Without these people them, Cameroon not for be for Ambazonia. Now then they give Cameroon, now then they be the chain, the link. Now they be the chain where they don't time for Ambazonia people their food. So for the Ambazonian people then for be free, not been only a war against Cameroon military, and for delegitimize the system. That's why the Ambazonia Defense Forces, where they follow the National Liberation Plan, that's why they get this obligation, this responsibility for arrest all these impostors them, all these people that they certified the occupation, all these people that they go misrepresent Ambazonia, where they go impose themselves and therefore misrepresent the Ambazonian people there. That's why this arrest, now one of the biggest arrestees with the Ambazonia Defense Forces don't make them. Now one of the biggest arrestees for this war. Now one of the biggest capturees for Ambazonia people there. So it be quite significant. Now a game changer. And that's why we get for focus our attention for understand, say the arrest of Madame Regina Mundi, it not get anything for do with whether a family come out from Ambazonia. Yes, a family na an Ambazonian family. Not been about a family, now about a role where it play for Cameroon occupation of Ambazonia. They not arrest Madame Regina Mundi because of a family, No arrest it because of a name. They not arrest it because of a gender. They not arrest it because he be a woman. They arrest it now because of a role where it play for maintain Cameroon occupation for Ambazonia. For a role where they play as a collaborationist for the genocide on Ambazonia. Now for a role where it play for deceive the international community and keep the Ambazonian people them under occupation. Now the reason that they arrested. They arrested now for the political fraud where they participate for. They arrested now because it impose herself as a senator for represent the Ambazonian people them without any due consent. They arrested now for activities within the system where they commit genocide on our people. Now the reason that they arrested. For misrepresent a people, na a crime. For collaborate, for participate, for a system of colonialism and occupation, na an international, na a crime against humanity. So all these people, including Nijon Frundi, they commit treason against the Ambazonian people. Them. And so, the Ambazonia Governing Council, it don't lay out clear conditions. It don't make clear demands through the international system to the Cameroon colonial government. Say the Ambazonia Governing Council, it be ready and it be willing for do prisoners swap, for do prisoners exchange. Because of power and for Ngalanfo, the Ambazonian nationalist leader of the SCNC, because of his age and because of the condition for health. That's why they put his name first. Say make the release pound for Ngalanfo and 75 other Ambazonians, especially the one where they get medical conditions, where they really suffer for prison, the one where they sick. That's why the Ambazonia Governing Council put these conditions. Say make the release pound for Ngalanfo and 75 other Ambazonian prisoners of conscience, so that the Ambazonia Governing Council, through the international system, they go do the prisoners exchange, and therefore they go release Madam Mundi. Now a condition. It be up to Mr. Pobia for accept the offer. The Ambazonia Governing Council don't do a gesture for show an act of good faith. For sure to be reasonable people. For make a political offer for prisoner swap. It be up to the Cameroon colonial state. That offer don't be officially made from the executive office of the Ambazonia Governing Council, from the office of the vice president of the Ambazonia Governing Council, through the international system. So not be just until they just put them for Facebook. Now an official thing where they don't make them. So it be up to the Cameroon colonial government. I want to send out this message. The Ambazonia Governing Council will give the Ambazonian people them the roadmap for the liberation. It don't lay out clear conditions. The Ambazonia people, there will be no compromise between Ambazonia and Cameroon. Whether not Dion Gute, the Ambazonia Defense Forces go pick you up. Whether not Tanganji Paul, the Ambazonia Defense Forces go pick you up. Any colonial senator will impose himself or herself as a senator representing Ambazonia, what forces, they go pick you up in a matter of time. As long as you step your foot inside the Ambazonian territory, they go pick you up. Whether you be a colonial regional delegate, whether you be a colonial SDO or a colonial DO, whether you be a colonial mayor, any role where you play for administer colonialism, for administer occupation, for administer genocide, what forces they go pick you up and they go charge you with treason. They go charge you for being a collaborationist, for administer occupation, for administer colonialism, and for commit crimes against humanity and crimes against the Ambazonian people then. Now a matter of time. Now a matter of time. Every single person will play an active role for impose themselves and for carry out activities of colonialism, occupation, and for propagate and spread genocide for the Ambazonian people then. They go pick you up in a matter of time. This generation don't make a promise. This generation don't vow. Cameroon occupation go end with we. Cameroon colonialism for Ambazonia, it go end with we. We no go pass on the responsibility for liberate Ambazonia to the next generation. It go end with this generation. Any person where they roam around Ambazonia territory as an administrator on behalf of the Cameroon colonial state for administer their colonialism and their occupation, you will be arrested. and you go face the consequences on the crimes and way Cameroon don't commit them for Ambazonia using you. You go face the consequences of the more than 30,000 Ambazonians where Cameroon don't kill them because of your role where they play for maintaining its occupation for Ambazonia. You go face the consequences of the more than 3.5 million Ambazonians where they suffer because of your collaboration activity for maintaining Cameroon occupation for Ambazonia. For maintain your political position and for amass corrupt money, blood money. Any person with no matter the role we play, whether you be a senator or you be just a mayor, the Ambazonia forces and the Ambazonia Defense Forces, all the fighting, all the forces where they stand up for bear the flag of Ambazonia, for carry the flag of Ambazonia, where they defend what national sovereignty and what territorial integrity, they go pick you up and you go face the consequences for the more than 60,000 Ambazonian refugees then when you don't cause them. For the more than 750,000 Ambazonians where they stay for bush because of you. For the more than 500 villages where they don't burn them down and they make our people then become a homeless people because of you. You go pay that price for working with a genocidal regime, for standing and working for an evil state against a people the only thing they ask for. They ask not just the right to life, the right to freedom, the right to dream, the right to be happy, the right to live free, the right for their own sovereignty, and not be enough for a sovereignty for a different country. Now, a sovereignty for a country in their own, Ambazonia, Southern Cameroons. So, Madame Regina Mundi, it be up to the colonial state for accept the offer with the Ambazonia Governing Council that make for them through the international system, because we need to deal with La Republique du Cameroon directly. We talk with La Republique du Cameroon or make any negotiations or offer for this prisoner exchange through the international system, through the Red Cross, and that offer don't be made. So Abuan just help all we make we understand. Say compromise no go dey with Cameroon. Compromise no go dey. For what people don't go through, there will be zero compromise with Cameroon. I get for come back for now. Una hang on, una stay on for the next 5 minutes. I'll come back. I don't want to make it over long. So that's why I go split the broadcast into two. I can't tell una what Cameroon they calculate them, and I'll tell una what una need for be prepared for. For now, make una know say what forces the day on the hunt. They track, they monitor from all the evidence and the intelligence where they gather them. They track and they monitor all the other one that they did for the Amazonian territory. Many more arrests they will be made. All right? When I stay strong, when I stay firm, and we continue for supply the forces them with what they need them for end Cameroon occupation and liberate the Ambazonian people then. This arrest now a turning point for a war of independence because the discussion don't start change. All right? So, I be una brother ask you, my goal now always for can provide una with the best education, for tell our people them the truth, for tell we make us stand on facts, make us stand on evidence, make us stand for things in way they be consistent with the aspirations of our people them. Make us stand for continue for follow the roadmap and the plan for make sure say our people they get freedom. This thing not be a personal thing. This one are for the collective survival of the Ambazonian people then. And therefore, the Ambazonia Governing Council, it no go follow the old road where others they don't follow am. For allow enablers and collaborationists for continuously deceive the international system and continuously manipulate the Ambazonian people them, and therefore keep our people them under occupation. Why they only sing for their lips, say they want independence, they want independence, they want independence, they want independence. Independence na hard choice. For become free na hard choice. It go take pain, it go take suffering, it go take death. Na hard choice. Na the only choice. For now. Na the only choice where the Americans they follow for be free. Na the only choice where Canada people they follow for be free. Na the only choice where even the Europeans they follow for be free. Any other people where they don't be free. Now the roadmap this, now the choices than this, now the hard choices than this, where they don't make them for become a free people. And any people where they not be ready for stand for reclaim their dignity and their humanity. They not be ready for make these hard choices. They go always remain slaves. They go always remain unoccupied people. They go always remain people that they go suffer until eternity. They go always remain people that they remain in poverty. Just for keep the top from the top 1% of the colonial elites, for keep them and their family as the people then way they go stand up on the blood, on the pain, on the suffering of the masses of the 99%. Not before this generation, we go dismantle all the institutions of colonialism and occupation, and for make sure say we take very hard choices. And that's why our forces they follow the National Liberation Plan for make sure say they dismantle anything in the name of Cameroon, colonialism and occupation or governance for Ambazonia. All right? Where people get the right, a free homeland, they get the right for sovereignty, they get the right for freedom, and they do everything consistently with international law and with natural laws. And any person who is stand on their way, the thunder of our liberation, it will scatter you over. I will talk on in the next 5 minutes.